Welcome to Beat My Bad Luck. This is a video explaining some of the bad luck I've had in my life, and some of it may not be too bad to you, some of it might be fairly bad, but if you can top it, add yours to the comments in the comment section. First off, as you can see, I am balding. I started a new job in which, in the probation period, I'd been able to get a flat tire before I had a chance to go to work. Whenever I go out driving, I appeared to be a red light magnet. I believe I broke the Guinness Book of World Records one day going to the doctor's office and back. I'm a traffic magnet, and wherever I go, everybody seems to just happen to beat me, get in front of me before I get a chance to pull out somewhere, so that takes me a lot longer. I once fractured my hip and playing football, which was my fault, so that's not, in itself not bad luck, but during the surgery, they ended up catheterizing me. I thought I gotten out of that before surgery, but unfortunately it didn't happen. I once had a leak in my eye, and to cure it, they stuck a needle through my eyelid and into my eye. Let's see what else we have here. One day, not too long ago, I was flying to Tennessee, and my connecting flight had the longest walk I ever seen. I think I walked from Miami all over West Africa just for the connecting gate. And of course, I could have took a train, but my brother had to go. He was with me. He had to go to the bathroom, so we had to just keep walking until we found an empty bathroom. So by the time we found one, we was almost over there. So that was a long walk. I once flew from Indy. I was going to Mobile, Alabama. I started flying out of Indy. When I got there, my flight was through Cleveland. I'm sorry, it was through Memphis, but the Memphis flight got canceled due to the weather. So I ended up having to reroute through Cleveland. From Cleveland to, let's start this again. I was going to my brother in Mobile, Alabama, but I was going to fly through Memphis. But weather delayed my flight through Memphis, or actually canceled it. So I had to reroute through Cleveland, so I had to get home with my brother. Instead of meeting him in Mobile, from Minneapolis, Cleveland to Jacksonville. I was going to meet him in Jacksonville, Florida, that's where he lives. So we was flying to Cleveland, and when we got to Cleveland, the wind was so high, the winds were really bad, so we had to circle Cleveland for a little while. Eventually we had to go reroute to Pittsburgh to refuel. Then we got to Pittsburgh and back to Cleveland, and we landed. My connecting flight to Jacksonville was leaving, so I didn't make it. So I had to reroute, and the first options I had were to New Jersey. That wasn't going to happen because I wasn't going to get stuck out there. Then there was Charlotte, so I tried Charlotte to Jacksonville. And this is about 4 o'clock, and about 6 o'clock that flight got canceled because the weather had hit Charlotte so bad, so I had to find another route. So there wasn't another route to Jacksonville, so basically I found a flight back to Indianapolis. So basically I went from Indianapolis to Cleveland, to Pittsburgh, back to Cleveland, back to Indianapolis, and I got home at midnight. And I left at 7 in the morning. So that's what 16 hours or 7 in the morning. That's 17 hours, and I went nowhere. that's a lot of bad luck right there. I graduated from college with a BS3 in IT, and what I didn't know, and this is partially my fault, but I was still fairly new to the college scene, that in computer technology, you need to have a internship in order to graduate. Well, I didn't know this till my junior year. Well, my second semester of my junior year. So by the time I finally got an internship, it was the last semester of my senior year, and I had to get it through a classmate of mine with his dad. Now I commuted to college, so from about an hour, 40 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic. But his dad's business was in the town where I went to school at, and I offered to volunteer so I could get the internship just enough to graduate with. What else I didn't know is every entry-level job in IT wants you to have experience. And how do you get experience if nobody wants to give you any? So there's some more bad luck for you. So how, the inner tips only get one. I had to quit for 3 months because I couldn't afford to keep driving it for free. So if anybody can tell me how to get experience, I'd be appreciated with what little I got to get an entry-level job. I moved from Indiana to Florida and hoping maybe I could enjoy the warmer weather, avoid the winters and golf more, but pretty much since I got here, it's either been in the mid 90s to almost 100, or it's rained, so I haven't had a chance to do much golfing. Every once in a while, I'll play the lottery, and twice I've been on all 6 numbers, been 1 or 2 numbers off, and just on all 6 numbers, and didn't hit anything. Also, when I got me a new Android phone, when I was down here, before I used prepaid phones, well, I was getting spam calls about 3 or 4 times a day, and I wanted to put into them, so I put myself on a no-call list. And when I did that, I got 22 spam calls in that one day. So there's just a plethora of bad luck. Let's see what else we have down here. Oh, when I lived in Indiana, I went to a tournament basketball game, and on the way home that evening, I was going down the road. It was a state highway, but there was a farmhouse sitting off the state highway. And as I'm going down, here comes a truck backing out of it. Now I'm thinking, I slow down, but I'm thinking it's either going to stop or it's going to turn it's on the opposite side of the road, so either stop or turn into the lane, go its direction. Well, about the time I got there, it came out on the road and it didn't stop. It kept coming straight and then it ran the side of my car. I tried to swerve, but it was too late. And when I got out, the truck had stopped. It was an old truck. I stopped inside the side yard where I swerved. And I got to see who was in the car, and there was nobody in the car. So to make the long story short, it was a manual transmission. They didn't have it in gear. They had them called $6,000 in damage. A lot lucky the insurance took care of it. But it's amazing the bad things that happen in your lifetime. Well, that's all I have for the moment. I'm sure if I think more, I have more. I'll post more later. If you got some bad luck stories you want to put down, I'm sure you probably got stuff a lot worse than mine. So that's the end of my post.